You're listening to the Things of That Nature podcast. Coming to you from Denver, the Mile High City, is me, your host, Rockshana. I invite you to join me for truly honest, passionate, and fun talks that motivate, invigorate, and maybe inspire. When you're ready in the Mile High, the sky's the limit. Everything and anything goes. So let's start talking about things of that nature. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is a bonus episode of the Things of That Nature podcast. I'm your host, Rockshana, and today I have with me Arica. Hello, Arica.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing fabulous.
Nice. So, before we went through the pronunciation of your name, and it's Arica and not Erica, is there an origination story to it?
Well, my mother has a love for Africa. And so basically my name derived from just removing the F from Africa. She could have kept it Africa. I'd have been fine with that, but that's pretty much where that came from.
That is unique. And like you, I definitely can understand where people look at your name and say one thing and are like, that's not it, but I guess.
Yes, I've had lots of wonderful pronunciations, that's for sure.
I know how that feels. So I guess we should tell, the origination of how we've encountered, how we've met, has been through originally from the pageant world. And you were hosting a pageant here in Colorado.
Correct. Yeah, we did. We actually met through the pageant world. In 2019, I was the reigning Miss Colorado Plus America. And then I became the reigning Miss Infinity Colorado 2020. And so in January, I hosted our crowning ceremony. And that's kind of how we met. I was going through because I really wanted Colorado Queens to crown the Colorado region of queens that were going to be here for that coronation. And so there were some queens I knew and some that I just reached out to. And actually, the way that I kind of found you was through a mutual photographer, Bill Murph.
And I love Bill.
Yes, he is amazing. And actually, I seen your picture, and that's what made me reach out to him to do my pictures. So
I feel you. I definitely understand that.
So that's pretty much how I was able to locate you or to find you.
I think it's so nice that nowadays the connection can start that way through seeing a picture, going in some just messaging someone through inbox versus trying to figure out the person's number, going through and finding people the harder way. Social media has made it very easy to connect with people.
Yes.
I definitely like that. What is your title currently?
So now I am Miss Miss Colorado American Elegance 2020-21.
Ooh, okay, go girl. I like that title.
And actually, let me correct that. Miss Colorado American Elegance Lady, because I'm in the lady division. 2020-21.
Oh, I like that title.
Yeah.
That is neat. How long have you been in the pageantry world and competing?
So actually 2019 was the first time I had ever been in a pageant in my entire life. Except for, well, I take that back. I was in a La Petite Academy or La Petite pageant like when I was like 4 or 5 years old or something like that. But outside of that, this was really the first time that I really got involved into the pageant world, pageant arena. was in 2019 of last year when I became Miss Colorado Plus America 2020, which was an amazing experience.
What led you into that and boosted that happening, or just becoming that pageant world?
Well, actually, so in 2018, I was in a car accident, and I have not worked since then due to um, some nerve issues and different things like that within my body. And so I was at a point, because I'm a very it really slowed me down. I'm a very social butterfly person, so I love to be out and be in the community and be around people, and whatever that may look like, whether it's going to a barbecue or going to karaoke or whatever. And so I began um, to slip into a little bit of a depression. And actually, my mother, um, who lives in Tennessee, actually stumbled across the Miss Plus America pageant system, and she inboxed me and was like, "You need to check this out. I think this would be good for you. You need to do this." And so that's kind of how it happened. It was kind of like Mama said, "Do it," and I said, "Okay."
Mama knows what's best, right?
Right.
Mama sent you the link, you looked into it, and you did it, and you won. Check you out.
Yeah, so I ended up being what's called an at-large delegate, because they don't have a state director in the state of Colorado. So I was the lone wolf coming from Colorado to compete in this pageant, and did a lot of listening to previous queens of do's and don'ts, and really taking all of that in and preparing myself. And I actually worked with the at-large delegate um, director, and worked with her um, via Facebook on walking and standing and interviewing and all of that, all the way up into the pageant time. And so took my little self from Colorado to South Carolina to compete. And I ended up in the top 15, and I ended up becoming fourth runner up in my division, which was amazing because, like I said, this is my first time in a pageant. I was the first delegate from Colorado. This was their 17th year, I believe, and I was the first delegate from the state of Colorado. So a lot of number ones happened.
Okay.
Experience.
That's amazing. What was your feeling before and after?
Before, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely nervous. I had moments where I was like, I'm not doing this. No way, not me. I had all of those kind of feelings, but when I got there, um, there really was a sisterhood. Like, I didn't feel like the Lone Ranger. Um, there was some instant connections that happened, instant friendships that began to be built. And so the overall experience for me was such a positive one that here I am getting ready to compete again. So I really enjoyed the sisterhood. I enjoyed the connections that I made out of that. It opened up a whole new world for me. It opened up me getting into modeling, and it's been a fun ride.
I like hearing that. I've spoken to different ladies in the pageant system that have done all different types, and you get the, oh well, it's a little catty. Some people are nice, and I've had my own experiences, but I definitely like the ones where people say, yeah, it was actually a sisterhood. It was a sisterhood when I got there. Throughout the entire thing, I created a relationship, I created a friendship,
It's just the positivity of the pageant world. The part of it that I promote to the kids that I coach, I'm like, there's a sisterhood somewhere. Some of them do, and some of them don't have it.
Right.
Because there are some out there that are not the ones for me, but you got to know which ones to go to.
Right. Exactly. Got to do your research.
So would you say that after competing your first one and going through that kind of started a different type of encouragement and enlightenment and fire under you to do others and do other things?
Definitely. Definitely. Because it definitely, one, it lifted me out of a depressive state, and it got me a new breath of fresh air, a new motivation. But then, like I said, it opened up other avenues, because I came back and I started Girls with the Curves, the movement, which is a movement built around encouraging, elevating, and empowering the plus size teen and woman. And so I ended up doing a body positive photo shoot for women. And then I did a body positive photo shoot for teens. And then I launched, or was in the process of launching, the first ever all plus size fashion show here in the state of Colorado called Voluptuous, the Curvaceous Fashion Experience. And it was a charity fashion show to raise money for two organizations that support women that have suffered domestic violence or abuse. And a little disheartening, the pandemic struck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, have to revamp that. It probably will now, it's supposed to take place next month. But the venue that we were using has to book, which I totally understand, has to book all of their national artists and events. We book them first before everybody else. So it's probably not going to happen till 2021, which at first I was a little like, crushed. But then when I thought about it, I was like, no, that gives more time to make it bigger, more time to,
Yes.
for the designers to do what they need to do. It just worked. It'll work out better for everybody. So we will still have it. It just won't be till sometime next year. I just haven't confirmed when that will be yet.
That's amazing. And just helping out women in general, I think is a positive thing. Always, especially women with domestic violence. My company for the last 2 years, we would do holiday bags, like it's cinch bags, and again to helping out the women that have faced, and women and children that have faced like domestic violence, just because oddly enough, when I did my research a few years ago, it's like really high in Colorado, unfortunately.
Yes, it is. I didn't realize how high it was in Colorado until I did the model casting call for the fashion show. And the number of women that inboxed me privately and was like, this was the best thing ever for me today because I've been in this situation, or I've come out of this situation, or I'm dealing with the final closing processes of this situation, of domestic violence and abuse and different things like that. And so it was so overwhelming and so blessing at the same time to know that I was in the right space at the right moment, doing the right thing. And so it's powerful when you do something and immediately you get a response.
Definitely keep me posted on that. I would definitely love to attend and spread the word. And like you said, it'll get bigger because there's probably other women that are like, hey, why not do a fashion show?
Right, exactly.
And the exciting thing for you now is that you have a book coming out.
Yes. I actually have two books that are coming out, but they simultaneously go hand in hand. The first book is my memoir, which is entitled You Know My Name But Not My Story. And it is my actual story and account of being molested as a child, raped as a teenager and a young adult, and dealing with some verbal and emotional abuse as an adult. And that book is